Hi, it's Kerry Lee Smith. Are you ready for the holiday season? I don't know. Is your voice trained? For you to be really ready to have a great holiday season with love and joy and happiness, you better have a trained internal dialogue. Because if it's not trained, you're going to allow life and situations dictate your joy and happiness. And for me, I am not okay with that. I want to be able to dictate my level of happiness and then choose love and joy whenever I can. So let me give you an example. Your internal dialogue will kick in if Aunt Susie again gives you a garage sale gift for Christmas. You're going to open it up and it's going to be that recycled gold box that you buy, that's like free from the garage sale. And there's used earrings. And they don't even match the necklace because it's a secondhand gift. Nothing wrong with secondhand gifts, but come on, Aunt Susie. And then all of a sudden you see Aunt Susie on Christmas morning or Hanukkah morning or whatever holiday you celebrate. You see her and you go try to say thank you and you're like, you don't even know what to say because you're not even authentic to yourself because you were thrown off all because of your internal dialogue that you had with Aunt Susie and her gifts that she gives you every single year. I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to ensure that you have an authentic, true holiday season where you're ready to be able to give yourself to other people compassionately, joyfully, and lovingly, purely. So 4 ways to train your internal voice. It's auto, meaning right now you may be on auto internal dialogue and we want to change the negative auto internal dialogue to the positive auto internal dialogue. How do you do that? First, you have to become aware of the voice. Last week we talked about how to become aware of your internal voice. And for me, it's, paying attention. Is your voice telling you to take seconds on cakes and then you feel guilty? Is the emotion that you typically feel is guilt? And if so, train your internal dialogue by catching it of why and what you're feeling guilty about. The only way you're going to be able to catch that guilt is become aware of the voice. So I like to begin with the end in mind. So I'm going to jump over to the O, which is you got to learn how to become the observer of the voice. When you engage into the voice, what ends up happening? The voice is like, ooh, food for thought. And there it runs off. It goes and goes and goes. Ultimately, you want to become aware and then you want to be able to just simply observe it with no emotional charges. Just observe the voice. And then what we want to do is go to the U, which is it's time to up level. We want to up level the quality of your voice so it's auto positive. Your internal voice is telling you positive things, uplifting things, so you can take your life to the next level, whatever level that is. Maybe it's just a little bit more joy. Maybe it's a little bit more love. Maybe it's a little less guilt. Maybe it's a little less fear or frustration, just by coming aware of it. Learning and becoming the observer of it and willing to up level your voice by catching it when it says eat that second piece of pie, you then shut it down. You don't pay attention to it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to train you in just a minute how to up level it. And T is we're going to go ahead and train the internal voice. When you train the internal voice, this is the game changer. This is why people look as though they have an unfair advantage in life. That unfair advantage is not because they were gifted in a certain situation, which sure, there are people with the golden spoon in their mouth and they are gifted. But the reason why the quality of their life is so good isn't because of the golden spoon. It's because of the trained voice. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or what country you're born in. If you have a trained internal voice, doesn't matter your circumstances, you will love your life. It is the #1 culprit of why you have disease in your life, but it is also the #1 culprit of why you have a thriving life and why you get to enjoy your life. So, as always, I'm going to leave you with auto right now because this is a very difficult step. Last week you became aware of it. This week you have a few things to start paying attention, and I want you to keep writing down your internal voice, that's what it's trying to tell you. And then next week I'm going to teach you how to train it. So click like, share this video, and leave a comment with your internal dialogue so we can help you become aware of how to up-level it next week. Because when you become aware of how you can up-level it, all of a sudden your life becomes easier, more graceful, and you experience more joy. So as always, be bright, be beaming, be beautiful, and most important, be you. Train that internal voice so we can experience the true you. Now go out there and live a life to love.